super loud car stereo that's probably down by Harrison Avenue right now. What was the description of the vehicle? It goes by. Okay, okay. How you doing? Who am I speaking to, please? Pardon me? How you doing, Operator 17? This is Panama City Police Department, right? Am I correct on that? Okay, it's October 24th, 2014. Am I correct on that? October 24th, 2014 today is, right? Am I correct on that, miss?
Yes, it is the 24th, yes, sir.
Thank you very much. There was a super loud car stereo. He's probably down by Harrison Avenue, probably to come back from going to get another drug delivery. What was the vehicle's description?
Black ball. Real loud stereo.
A short kind of a car, right?
Small car.
And you said you hear him by your house all the time?
Yeah. He always goes through there.
Okay, so let me just interrupt real quick. So we have a silver Lexus. It had a very loud,
Super loud car stereo.
With 10 black windows and a black ball in front of him.
And we want him arrested and thrown in jail under 932 contraband. Oh, is this maybe about 10 minutes?
10 minutes ago.
Yeah. And the thing is this is, you can hear him so loud. I was in my home, which is home in Vegas. Pardon me? Wait a minute. If I'm sitting in my home and he woke me up out of my home, shook the whole windows in my place, how am I supposed to know where he's at? If I'm in my home, I want him arrested. I want his vehicle taken away to 932 contraband. Okay, for the rest of his life, I want. He broke into my home. I want felony 81002 to be put on him. That is a 15-year prison sentence. That's felony battery. Okay, my friend here, tell him how often you hear that by coming by your home, waking up you.
Every day.
Every day? About what time?
About this time, every morning.
About this time, about 9:30, he comes by. We want him arrested. We want him thrown in jail. We want to read in the paper. We want to be able to look at the Panama City Police Department and find out.
Are you requesting information? Did you advise that he broke into your home?
Yes, the stereo speaker, yes, invaded my home. That's right, the sound wave of the speaker. Yes, that's right.
Okay, let's get back to the vehicle, sir. Are you wanting an officer to make contact with you now?
Let me ask you, is this a delaying tactic? Do we gotta take the cop and get him a seeing eye dog so that he can find them or something? If we can hear him like 3, 4, 5 blocks away, what is the reason why we need an officer to point us out, to put a target on us, where we're just trying to live in peace?
So do you want an officer to make contact with you?
You tell me why. No, I'm asking.
What is it?
Oh, you mean I can't do it verbally over the phone? I can't do this. We can't do this verbally over the phone? Are you telling me that? Hello?
Hold on just a moment, please.
It's in hold.
Yeah? Oh, thank you. Okay. See what they're doing? They're trying to trace me. Oh, wow, thank you. Okay, just put them down if you don't mind for a minute. I got a phone in my hand.
Oh,
okay, thank you.
Those are real good. These are good ones.
Okay.
After the moment, do your side.
So, you hear this punk coming by disturbing you in your home, right?
I just go by the silver car and going over the bicycle. With the radio on.
Oh, you mean that gangster guy that's got a bicycle?
Yeah.
I've seen him before. He's kind of Hispanic looking, isn't he?
Yeah.
Gangster looking, isn't he?
Oh, it's more than that goes grocery out. I can tell you, it's more than that goes grocery out.
You're still there, sir?
Yes, I'm still there, yeah.
Alright, just give me 1 second. Stand by for hold. I'm going to transfer you to the station officer, okay?
In the meantime, this guy has gone probably 10 miles down the road.
Hang on 1 moment. I'm going to let you talk to an officer, okay?
What is,
1 moment.
what is the reason why we couldn't immediately get a bolo out on him? I want to know that. Oh, you're going to hear it on YouTube. I'm putting on YouTube. I put them all on YouTube. Officer Friedman, how you doing today? We want to report a super loud car stereo. It's not. Regretfully the tape messed up. I don't know what's wrong with it, but anyway, you hear on October 24th, 2014, all we were trying to do was live in our home in peace. They're asking us to know where the vehicle is. Last time I checked, we don't have no wheels on our house. So are we supposed to put wheels on our house and go on down the road? It's absolutely amazing, the delaying tactics, and I firmly believe they're trying to trace my phone. Why? Because I'm considered a whistleblower and a troublemaker. And this guy that I was talking to, he said he was arrested and thrown in jail. The one that described that vehicle being a silver Maxima with a black bra on it and tinted windows, he told me he was thrown in jail on his own property, and that he's been thrown in jail for walking down the streets, yet they can't find these boom cars. All cops, they swear an oath to support and defend the Florida Constitution. Article 2, Section 7 of the Florida Constitution says unnecessary noise will not be tolerated. They take a public servant oath under 876 of the Florida statutes that specifically states that they will protect the citizens. The following felonies these boom cars do is 80610, interference with emergency vehicles. 3015 of the Florida statutes, the duty of the cops to arrest these punks that are going up and down the road. 874 is criminal gang signaling instrumentalities. 784 is battery upon our ears and our body. 874 is criminal gang signaling instrumentalities. 932 contraband, they can take away their vehicle forever as a criminal instrumentality. But they can't figure out how to do this. There's so many felonies when these boom cars go down the road. United States Code, Title 18, 241, 242, which is a $10,000 fine, 10 years in prison. The cops, the crimes that they commit is 895 of the Florida statutes. Another one is the United States Code, Title 18, 241, 242. Also, that's a $10,000 fine and 10 years in prison. Then we've got conspiracy of where the cops know what's going on. They could do something about it. And then we got a cop protection racket because for some reason or another, I can't believe this, since October 22nd to October 24th, there used to be hundreds of boom cars going down the road. And now, amazingly, I don't know if this has to do with the facts or me putting it on YouTube, and there are people that are madder than hell, that I'm documenting a true records of public, which is 119 of the Florida statutes and 286 of the Florida statutes, exactly how the cops treat people when there ain't no movie camera around, and there ain't no news people around. They sure act on a different way when an ordinary citizen contacts them compared to when the news corporations contact them. They're on their good behavior. Now, what I can't understand is they'll have no mercy. They'll be on the homeless people like stink on shit. As a matter of fact, about a year ago, I was talking to a homeless person known as Red in Panama City, Florida, St. Andrews there. I had the cops trying to accuse me of breaking and entering into a home, and so I said, "You're talking about 1802 of the Florida statutes?" They were trying to use a pretext for a reason to arrest us for not doing anything, just sitting under a light, nowhere near any structures or anything like that. But you see, once they throw you in jail, the crooked public pretender systems, they will take and do what's an automatic, it's called a waiver of a fast and speedy trial. And this is the reason why people on trumped up charges do not get a jury trial. And if you try to get a jury trial and they know that you're going to win, 9 times out of 10 they're going to throw you in the crazy hospital called Chattahoochee. No matter how many felonies they did, no matter the fact that they violated my oath, their oath to protect and defend citizens. Also, there's something called where they use statute of limitations, which is a lie when it has to do with cop corruption. Because they can very easily, because they know everybody in the community, they can arrange things to where even if a person tries to get a prosecution, 9 times out of 10 the prosecutor ain't going to go hard on the cops. Because cops are the bird dogs that fetch the so-called criminals for the state's attorney. And if the cops do a slowdown, well then what happens is the state's attorney is not going to get their food to prosecute. Not only that, I strongly believe the boom cars are designed to keep the whole community in a state of tension and unrest, and the general public does not realize the assault that they are under, do not realize that the super low frequencies of these super boom cars put everybody at a tension of unrest, cause them more likely to fight for some reason. And not only that, the shops that put out sell these boom cars, sell these low frequency systems that are basically what's called a subwoofer, and then they have something that's called a crossover, and then they have a super amp, and then they have, a lot of times they'll have huge capacitors, and then on top of that, a lot of times they'll have 2 batteries on top of that, and then a lot of times they'll even advertise the boom cars that they are. 9 times out of 10, they're telling the cops, hey, we got the shiniest, most expensive stuff in town. Don't mess with us. They're not trying to hide from the cops. You can hear them like 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks down the road. So, if the cops can hear them and an average citizen can hear them in their home, what is the excuse of the cops that are on the road 24 hours a day for not getting every one of these American enemies? That's under 876 of the Florida statutes. The Florida Governor, Rick Scott, swore an oath, that's under Chapter 14 of the Florida statutes, to protect citizens. Either Governor Rick Scott is ignoring them, or he has a hearing problem. I'm trying to figure this out. So, what is the excuse of the cops not getting them? The Sheriff's Department not getting them? Myron Guilford of the Bay County Sheriff's Department, so-called gangs unit, I explained to him about these boom cars, and he was more interested in my name and my phone number than the boom cars.